Right. I'm going to invite Mr. Wirral for heads and tails.
Heads, please, Dad.
It's a tail.
For fuck's sake.
Get one job. So you have a choice. Right, ladies and gentlemen, final of the MQL Plate. Aigburth people against Aardvarks. Aigburth people have won the toss and elected to go first. This set by the triumvirate is correct as of the 8th of May 2023. And the usual preamble around the general players reminded that where a question asks for a person's name, the surname is normally sufficient. However, an answer will be treated as incorrect if the incorrect forename is also possible. Right, we start with Paul, who became only the 4th overseas world professional snooker champion after his recent victory at the Crucible. Question for an answer?
Trump.
No. Team?
Calato?
Over.
Luca Bressel.
Bressel, one bonus to Steve. And John of Aardvarks, we have two Johns, so, as well as being known as the Whites, Leeds United also have what avian-related nickname?
Eagles.
Not the Eagles.
The Peacock.
The Peacock, one bonus to Chris. Francis, originally from South America, which dish comprises raw fish marinated in citrus juice?
Ceviche?
Yes, the reach is correct. Well, that's near enough for me. Martin, which actress appeared in the Hitchcock films Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, and To Catch a Thief?
Grace Kelly.
2 points. Brian, what's the name given to the soft triangular pad found on the underside of a horse's hoof? Is correct for 2 points. And Steve, in 2002, who became the first person to fly solo around the world non-stop in a balloon? – 2002. Ask you for an answer?
Branson.
No. Team? No, nothing coming?
No, we
No, over? No? Fawcett, Steve Fawcett. And John of Aigburth, which craftsman created the jewelled Easter eggs presented to the Russian royal family between 1885 and 1917?
Fabergé.
Fabergé for 2. And Chris, who composed the coronation anthem, Make a Joyful Noise, at the recent ceremony?
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Is correct. Lord.
And in round 1, Aigburth people 6, Aardvarks 6.
Round 2. Paul. In which city is Aardvarks Alley, the oldest continuously inhabited street in the United States, located? Aardvarks is E-L-F-R-E-T-H.
Boston.
Not Boston. See?
New Orleans.
Not New Orleans.
San Francisco.
No. Philadelphia. John for Aardvarks. Which hit Amazon Prime series with 5 seasons under its belt features Rachel Brosnahan playing a woman who responds to finding out about her husband's affair by becoming a stand-up comedian.
That one possibly right. Go on.
Being Amy Schumer.
No,
Funny woman.
no. The marbles in brackets, Mrs. Maisel. And Francis, 24 Sussex Drive and Harrington Lake in Gatineau Park are the official prime ministerial residences of which nation?
Canada.
Is correct for 2. Martin, dubbed the First Lady of Fleet Street, Jean Rook was a columnist for most of her working life for which national newspaper?
The Times?
Not the Times,
Daily Mirror.
not the Mirror.
Express.
Express Brian with 1 point. And Brian, it's your question. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt are 3 of the presidents whose faces are carved into Mount Rushmore. Name the 4th.
Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson for 2. Steve, in 1992, moguls became an Olympic medal event in which winter sport?
Skiing.
Skiing is correct. And John, in 1967, which astronomer identified a specific type of neutron star that emits regular beams of electromagnetic radiation and named them pulsars?
Boyle.
No.
Bell.
Yes, Jocelyn Bell. 1, 2, Brian. And Chris, which French phrase is commonly used in English to mean a feeling of solidarity among members of a group or morale?
I don't know.
Esprit de corps.
Esprit de corps for 1. John ended round 2.
In that round, Aigburth people scored 6, making 12, and Aardvarks scored 3, making 9. 12-9.
Right, round 3. Paul, which British monarch corresponded with the Duchess of Marlborough under the name Mrs. Morley? Queen Anne for 1 to Brian. John, equivalent to 1/40th of a pound, which pre-decimal British coin was also known as a tanner and was not withdrawn from circulation until 1980.
6 points.
2 points. Francis, for what discovery made in 1902 did Karl Landsteiner receive the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1930?
Blood groups.
Is correct. 2. And we're up to Martin. Shall we is an advertising slogan for which alcoholic drink?
Pins.
Not Pimm's.
Gordon.
Yes, Gordon's.
Weighing up the 2 of them. One or the other.
And Brian, which American state is referred to as the Beehive State?
Ohio.
Not Ohio.
John.
Utah for 1. John, and it's Steve, in which Channel 4 comedy, first shown in 2018, did Nicola Coughlan play a character called Claire? Surname is Coughlin.
Derry Girls.
Derry Girls is correct. 2. And John named the year in which the first party meters in the UK were installed in Mayfair, and you can have 3 years either way.
35.
Not 35.
67.
Sorry?
67.
No.
You go for it.
63.
No, that's 5 out. It's 1958. And final question to Chris. The flag of which Asian country is red with a 5-pointed yellow star in the middle?
Vietnam.
It's correct for 2.
Thank you.
In that round, Aigburth people scored 4, making 16, and Aardvarks scored 7, making 16.
Round 4. Paul. What name is given to a triangle where none of the sides or angles are equal?
Isosceles.
Not isosceles.
Scaling.
Scalene 1 to 1. John. The abbey on which small Scottish island is the burial site of several kings and also a former leader of the Labour Party.
Sorry, one of the names of the island.
The name of the island on which this abbey
Iona.
is correct. Francis. Which battle of 1757, won by forces led by Robert Clive, led to British control of Bengal and ultimately India?
Amritsar.
Not Amritsar. Fatty 1 to Brian. And Martin, with 16 goals during 16 goals during 4 FIFA Men's World Cup tournaments, which footballer has scored the most goals in World Cup history?
Messi.
Not Messi.
Closer.
Closer of Germany. Middlesbrough closer of Germany. 1 to Steve. And Brian, in dyeing material, what name is given to the substance used to fix the colouring? A mordant is correct. 2 points. And Steve, who was the author of the works The Snow Goose and the Poseidon Adventure?
Forsyth.
Sorry?
Forsyth.
No, not Forsyth.
Gallico.
Gallico is correct. Paul Gallico, yep. Right. And John, there are 3 active volcanoes in Italy. Etna and Vesuvius are 2 of them. What's the other one called? Stromboli is correct. 2. And Chris, which poet laureate once wrote a poem to commemorate a tram crash in the soap opera Coronation Street?
Hughes.
Not Hughes.
Betjeman.
Not Betjeman. Pressure answer?
See you this.
No. Carol and Duffy. Right, end of round 4, halfway.
In that round, Aigburth people scored 7, making 23, and Aardvarks scored 3, making 19. 23-19.
Right. Now change over and we start with Aardvarks and John, round 5. Down Easters is a nickname used for residents of which US state?
Name.
Is correct, 2 points. And Paul, in the top 10 all-time shows on Netflix, in which series set in Regency London that features classical reworkings of songs like Billie Eilish's Bad Girl, Nirvana's Stay Away, and Donna's Material Girl, I read that wrongly. Which series features those songs? Set in Regency London.
Bridgerton?
Bridgerton is correct, yeah. Right. Yep, you'll come in.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi. Hi.
Put me in the naughty chair there. Right, so we're up to Martin. Carrie Lam, Lam, was much in the news in 2021 and 2022. What public opinion did she hold until she was succeeded by John Lee?
Public opinion.
Position.
What did I say?
Opinion.
I beg your pardon. What public position did she hold until she was, Carrie Lam was succeeded by John Lee.
Do you have the precise title of this?
Well,
Head
similar.
of State of Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's right, Chief Executive of Hong Kong, except similar. Yeah.
Okay.
2 points, yeah. Francis, Thrust 2 was a British designed and built jet-propelled car, which held the world land speed record from 1983 to 1987. Who was the vehicle's driver?
Williams.
Not Williams.
Noble?
Noble is correct, Brian, for 1. And Steve, what was the name of the female chemist involved in the DNA team who died before being able to receive a Nobel Prize?
Watkin?
Not Watkin.
Hodgkin.
No, not Watkin.
Franklin?
Franklin. Yep. Rosalind Franklin. 1 for Brian. And Brian, it's your question. Which Indian cricketer was nicknamed the Little Master?
Sunil Gavaskar?
Not Gavaskar. Team?
No, we've got an offer.
Over.
Tendulkar.
Tendulkar for 1. And it's Martin.
No, it's Chris.
Sorry, it's Chris, yeah. The anthem Zadok the Priest, used in the recent coronation, was first used in the ceremony for which monarch?
George IV.
Not George IV.
George II.
George II, end of round 5. Have we? Sorry. I've done the wrong order.
Is that why I got 2 questions on
Yeah.
ceremonial music?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to have to go with this. Who was the leader of the expedition that successfully climbed Mount Everest in 1953?
Hillary.
No,
John
Hunt.
Hunt?
1 point.
Yeah.
Sorry about
Of course, if I
that.
In that round, Aigburth people scored 4, making 27. Aardvarks scored 6, making 25.
Right, round 6. John, which US President signed the Equal Pay Act, which mandated equal pay for equal work? Not Eisenhower.
Franklin Roosevelt.
No,
Reagan.
no. John F. Kennedy. Paul, in rugby union, who was the all-time top try scorer for the England international men's team?
Underwood.
Is correct. And Martin, long question. A new somewhat controversial artificial intelligence platform was introduced to much fanfare on the 30th of November 2022 by OpenAI. Upon Apart from being able to answer questions, the new platform can simulate human conversation and compose articles, music, stories, and even write student essays. What is the name of the platform?
Can I get my phone out? Chat GPT?
Yeah, bang on. 3 points. Francis, what two-word name is given to the flag of the British Merchant Navy?
Union Jack.
Nope. Team.
The red ensign.
The red ensign. 1 to Brian. Steve, in which year did the UK first issue a special Christmas stamp? And again, you can have 3 years latitude.
Go, 32.
No. Team.
Pick a year somewhere.
1975.
Over.
64.
That's in. 66. And your question, Brian. Which member of the BAFTA Fellowship provides the voice-over commentary at the beginning and end of the BBC series called The Midwife?
Jacoby.
Not that we know.
Redgrave.
Yes, Vanessa Redgrave, 1 point. And Chris, which US state is known as the land of 10,000 lakes?
Minnesota?
Is correct. 2. And John, complete this famous advertising slogan. There are some things money can't buy, for everything else there's
MasterCard.
2 points.
In that round, Aigburth people scored 7, making 34. Aardvarks scored 4, making 29. 34, 29.
Right, round 7. John, named for a Vice Admiral, what is measured by the Douglas scale?
Sea swell.
Wave height, if you will.
Yeah, wave height. Heights of waves in the ocean, yeah. 2 points. Paul, Richard Stott, Roy Greenslade, Mike Malloy, and currently Alison Phillips are editors associated with which national newspaper?
Guardian.
Not the Guardian.
Daily Mirror.
It's correct. 1 point. Martin, name either of the 2 main ingredients of the Greek dish spanakopita.
Olives.
No,
Yeah. Cucumber.
no.
Spinach.
Spinach or feta cheese. 1 to 4. And Francis, the Irons and the Academy of Football are amongst the alternative nicknames of which Premier League soccer club?
Spears.
No.
John.
West End.
West Ham. Steve, King Edward VI reigned from 1547 to 1553. Who was his mother?
Jane Seymour.
2 points. Brian, which French phrase is commonly used to describe a novel representing real history as fiction?
Romanically.
Is correct. 2. And Chris, what's the nationality of the new world chess champion who defeated Ian Nepomniachtchi in their tie-break games?
Chinese?
Is correct. Ding the Rennie's name. 2 points. And John, which actress appeared in the Hitchcock films Spellbound, Notorious and Under Capricorn? No. Ingrid Bergman, 1, 2, Brian.
In that round, both sides scored 6, so it's 40 to Aigburth people, 35 to Aardvarks.
Right, round 8. John, made from the cell walls of plants, what's the name of the setting agent used in jams and marmalades?
Rosin.
No.
Glycerin?
No.
Pectin.
Pectin, 1 to 4. And Paul, your question. The British Museum houses a number of carved chessmen that date back as far as the 12th century. They were discovered in 1831, buried in a sand dune on which island?
Isle of Wight.
Not the Isle of Wight.
Lewis and Harris.
Yeah, Lewis. It's one island. And we're up to Martin. Between 1838 and 1839, against which country did France fight the so-called Pastry War?
Belgium.
Not Belgium.
Spain.
Not Spain.
Greece.
No, you're going over overseas Mexico. Apparently a French chef got very upset with the property he'd been the pastry chef. I've been right, and it's Francis. What was the name of the foul-mouthed spin doctor played by Peter Capaldi in the BBC series The Thick of It and the subsequent spin-off film In the Loop?
Lewis.
Not Lewis.
Malcolm Tucker.
Malcolm Tucker, 1 point. Steve, at 5,642 metres, over 800 metres higher than Mont Blanc, which Russian peak is the highest mountain in Europe?
Elbrus.
2 points. Brian, who was the author of the children's story Heidi?
Three.
Yep, Joanna. 2 points. And Chris, which acid is contained in rhubarb leaves, making them poisonous to eat?
Ascorbic.
Not ascorbic.
Oxalate.
Oxalic. 1. John. Final question, John, over here. Which African country, word missing here, has a flag with a green and white background with a red crescent and star in the centre?
Algeria.
Yes, Algeria. And round 8.
In that round, Aigburth scored 7, making 47, and Aardvarks scored 3, making 38.